Ooh, we fixing to be live. Welcome to Monday, y'all.
I
Hello, hello.
I had a good day off, so I don't know what happened.
What you say, Reginald?
I had a day off, so I don't know what happened on soaps today. I just need to get caught up.
Oh, you should have. You know what? I just got through watching Bold. Like, just got through watching it. And let me tell you what. I feel so sorry for little bitty Hope Logan today. Running over there to the big house, the Douglas Forest Mansion, because Bridge sent her over there to talk to Eric about the collection, and Eric got to run to a meeting. He got
And
to,
then Carter come looking for Eric for some paperwork. So
but that
y'all can't get no work done.
that was the line Carter used to come see Quinn. He said he expected that Eric would be home, which is why he came prepared to talk about business. But he was really there to see Quinn, because when he saw Eric went home, whatever papers he was holding in his hands, he completely and immediately dismissed and threw over on the table, just so he could wash, rinse, and repeat this same damn conversation about whether or not he's gonna go and be with Paris to protect Quinn's marriage. That's all Carter and Quinn did today.
Did they talk today? I mean, I didn't even. I didn't.
Yeah,
All I saw is that Hope left, and I never saw Carter and Quinn after that.
yeah, girl. It was the hot mess of dumb assery. You ain't missed nothing. Quinn said, well, when Carter came in, of course, Hope was there. He was like, "Yeah, I'm here to talk to Eric," or whatever excuse he gave. Um, Hope left, and Quinn was like, "Well, Carter, you can't be coming here. You just can't be showing up at the house like this." And she was like, "What if Eric was here?" He was like, "Well, I kind of expected that Eric would be here, but he's not." And so she was like, "Oh, well, did you come to tell me that you've come to your senses about this thing you're trying to do?" And he was like, "No." Then why are you there, Carter? You didn't already told Quinn 11 million times that you in love with her and you want to be with her. Hey, Stefan, he's over here. Why are you showing up at her house now with the excuse? Like, he left Ridge. He left telling Ridge that his head was all over the place and whatever, and went running straight to Quinn. Why? You just already talked to Quinn about the same shit. So while him and Quinn talking about how he fixed to go on to marry Paris for whatever reason, Eric's little heart ring went off, girl. Hope went out there to the club. Y'all, that's what got me. This the damn family club. Now I
Yes,
said
yes,
That was just
yes.
ridiculous.
That's
this
why I
I
was
is
top.
mean,
a family club. Hope it could have been Douglas. Can y'all imagine poor Douglas, then already seen grandmama kissing mommy Hope's daddy? Now he at the club and then ran up on Grandpa Eric fucking Aunt Donna. That little boy gonna need some therapy. But it
Yes,
was Hope.
he is.
And I felt bad for Hope because she had already inadvertently walked in on Quinn pleading for her
Mhm,
marriage, plead for
mhm.
any crumb that Eric will give her. And now she got to turn around and go to the club and find out the reason Eric ain't got crumbs for her is because what he said to Donna, she his honey. Ah! I wanted to jump through the damn TV.
it was
Yeah. This whole
ridiculous.
thing with Eric I told you, it angers me to the 10th power.
And I think that actually is the point, Sam. Oh, good evening, everybody. Because here's the thing, there is absolutely, positively nothing redeeming about this setup because
No,
it was really important that Hope walked up on Eric, that part of Eric and Donna's conversation, because she sees trouble in the waters. You'd have to be stupid not to realize that their marriage is still having problems once you walk up on that type of conversation. And then for her to, after Eric, and then to see Eric basically just, he ran out that door. He didn't
Yep.
just leave, he freaking sprinted
Yes, he did.
and he
because
oh my God, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I just
and,
need
but
to get some
oh
more
no,
sleep.
because and keep in mind now he said he had an appointment at the club he could not cancel. And Hope now got to see firsthand what the hell that appointment was.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This what really pissed me off. Him talking about everything that's going on in the family with, having to pick up the ex. Well, he ain't picking up shit, but everything that's going on with Steffi and Finn and everything in the family. And that's why I need you, Donna, because, you just helped me to forget about all this stuff. And I can, my worries just ease away. That's why I enjoy spending this time with you. So everything that you supposed to be allowing your wife to do, you letting your hoe do. Because your wife is sitting there trying to comfort you and trying to be your rock and your sounding board. She's trying to see what you feeling about all this shit going on in the family. And all you got for your wife is, I got to go to the club. But you get to the club with Donna and it's, Donna, I don't know what I would do if it wasn't for you and this honey. Then leave your wife, stop dicking around with Quinn, and go on and go and get caught up with Donna. You wasted, and then gonna talk about he still feel guilty about Quinn. Evidently not. You in here playing pillow pony with your damn hoe.
Oh no, Eric looked like a piece of shit. He looked like a 150% piece of shit.
Yep.
And there's no excuse for it. There's no explanation that makes sense. And no, I don't envy Hope being in the position that she's now landed herself in inadvertently, because one, she already heard that the marriage was in trouble and she felt some sort of sympathy to the point of actually asking Quinn if she was okay, then to go to the club and to see, because those two idiots were too stupid to close a damn door.
You know what I seen when I seen Hope? You know what I seen when I seen Hope? When she seen Quinn in that predicament, she seen herself. So she saw not so much pity, but empathy. In my opinion. So that's why I saw that. I was like, "Ooh!"
Didn't Donna pour some honey in his hand?
And he was pouring. I think they had tea or some crap, and she was pouring honey in the cup, and some got on his hand. They so nasty.
I'm so over them at this point.
If Hope don't go run back to Eric's house and tell Quinn what's really going on,
she didn't tell Quinn nothing. She going back to Brooke's house. She finna go. She supposed to be at the club looking for Douglas.
And what was that outfit she had on the day? Because everybody was reading her outfit, and I was like, "What in the world's going on?"
Reginald.
And they were doing so good with her.
You mean down on the Fargo hanky panky?
Did you see that outfit?
She looked cute. I liked it. It was cute. It's typical. It's typical. She's Woodstock.
You liked that?
That's the thing.
Typical her. It's Hope's fashion. One week she's like dressed like she owns a fashion line, and the next week she act like she's playing down on the farm.
It's getting Cabin Hoe.
It's very bipolar at this point.
That's her play clothes though. That's how she dresses when she's just out and about, just going.
No, come on now, y'all. Y'all know that girl clothes been better the past few days.
Oh, they have been. And the thing is, I didn't.
That's what I just said. Even her hair. She didn't wear the same outfit for Halloween last year, except it was blue. But
that's what I'm saying. But the past few weeks, her outfit's been better. This right here,
much better.
Start the point.
Yes.
This right here.
And I didn't think it was a bad outfit because high-waisted shorts with a tank or a cami is normal. What they screwed up with that outfit was the footwear and that damn hat.
Yeah,
I got to tell you, whoever stood back and looked from head to damn toe and said, "Yep, you good," should be fucking fired. Period.
She didn't. I agree with you, darling.
Don't go together. Come on.
She looked cute. Those shorts were really cute, and the tank was cute, and I would buy that. Like that's something, something just put on just to go and do some errands. Right. But the hat is what did it for me. It turned the outfit into something that made it look intentional.
And
like you intentionally walked out the house like that.
Right. Because you can take an ugly skirt and jazz it up with some nice, solids and accessories. So yeah, I can see what you're saying. Well, the shorts wasn't that bad and by themselves, but that head to toe look was freaking hideous.
Did they let Hope ride Brooke's horse before she decided to go over to Eric's house that we didn't see?
No, I don't know what in the hell. But I don't know what possessed Annika to put on that hat and them boots. I got to
You
tell
know
you,
what? I could get past the hat because we've seen her in crazy hats before. It was the boots for me.
I think
Yeah,
that
the
I think
boots-
to me
the boots
Bubbles.
kinda
I think
screwed
to
up
me
bad.
that was the
The
thing that made it
accessories
worse,
did not.
was the boots.
The accessories did not make the outfit.
I
Somebody got the picture?
I think they were trying to give her that CMA festival look because I promise you, if you go downtown Nashville right now, if you see one person dressed like she was dressed, you will see hundreds of them in that same outfit with them hats and them cowboy boots. I don't know why that became a thing.
Honestly, I was trying to figure out what I was thinking that they dressing her like she trying to go to Coachella or some shit.
Oh, girl, she going to CMA festival. We used to call it fanfare now. She coming to the Redneck Capital. She's dressed properly, and I ain't mad with that. Like I said, I would even have. I'm okay with the hat. It's sunny out, but them damn boots, girl, you could have been in some sandals or
Sandals.
some slides or
Some sandals or some flats or something.
Sandals would have been a much better choice.
But cowboy boots, I don't understand the obsession. Everybody comes here and gets cowboy boots. She looked like she just flew in from Nashville.
Yeah, cowboy boots in a damn skirt, shorts.
I'm gonna let it pass this time because they've been doing so consistently well with her the last few weeks. They've really been doing strides better with her wardrobe than what they
And
had
I've
been
even
doing
mentioned
before.
it like
So maybe it was an off day.
Steffi been down in them sweats, and the outfit before she left was the only outfit that she had that looked beautiful, like on her. Before then, it was like she got all her sweats on because she just got out the hospital.
Oh wait,
and
hold
Hope
on.
picked up the sweat.
did
Hope picked up the sweat.
Let's see. They did just. I went to one on TV because I was looking to see if they had updated with that particular outfit for Hope. And those are some Zimmerman shorts, and that's the thing. I actually like the shorts. I thought they were cute. I think it's just like how Can said it. They didn't accessorize that outfit worth a damn. So hopefully that's a flash in the pan. But yeah, the spoilers for tomorrow, because I think it was Tara who posted a couple of the pictures. So at some point, she does go in that room, and she and Donna look like they're having some sort of a conversation about this mess. Because the thing is, she's seen firsthand. Because the thing is, what her seeing that conversation between Quinn and Eric has effectively killed Quinn or Eric's ability to spin this shit the way that they would probably want to spin it. Because she's seen how heartless he is towards his own wife, that he's got a wife who's at home, regardless of what she thinks of Quinn personally or anything. He's got a wife at home who's trying to, talk to him. She's trying to, get him to open up to her, trying to be supportive of her husband and anything that he's going through, because his family is going through all this turmoil and drama and stuff. And he's just brickwalling her so he can run off to the club. And it's like Bubble said, not just the club, the family club, because Douglas is at a damn birthday party at the pool at this club.
And I can say how mad I am that they really are not at a motel like I wanted them to be, and they really are at the damn spot where the family goes for outings. Like, I just cannot get past the fact that he took Eric to a place where anybody in the family could have just happened across them. Anybody from the family could have just walked up there. Queen could have just decided to surprise. Well, Eric, you're at the club so much, I thought I would surprise you. Anybody, you dumb ass.
Carter did say she should go up there. She's been debating and talking about should I go? Should I not go? And then Carter was like, if you want to go, I'll go with you. And I'm just like, oh.
Well, yeah, they got distracted because Carter's showing up at the house. Because first of all, I could slap Carter in his head at this point, because I'm like, Carter, you just told Ridge that, and I'll give Ridge his credit. He read the situation right. He's saying he with Paris, but he don't sound happy about it. Well, he sure in the hell isn't, because he literally ran from Forrester over to from Forrester Creations over to the mansion, because he wanted to see Quinn. Dude, if making a decision to be with one woman sends you careening to the house of another woman, you trying to get with the wrong chick. Even though Quinn is not available and he cannot have her, him saying that, you know, Paris's air beats Nair is just gonna blow up in all their faces. Ugly.
And
stuff.
that's probably why he ran over there like that. You know, it's a new development. Now Ridge is involved. Now Ridge knows because of Grace. So he's going over there to tell her, like, yeah, this was happening and this, that, and the third, and I'm gonna proceed with what I said I was gonna do. Because now my best friend has this type of, you know, he thinks this way about me. So I'm just gonna say I'll talk about Eric and Donna later.
I want to know why they letting Grace run through Force of Creations like she worked it. Don't she got a job?
I'm gonna leave Grace alone. I'm gonna need y'all to leave Grace alone. I have given Grace.
She act like she don't got a full paying job. She need to go sit down somewhere like her daughter told her to. Stop telling Zende, oh, you can get Paris back. He already know he ain't getting Paris. She off the Carter. And then he go Quinn in his ear. Don't go with Paris. Just wait.
Yeah. Listen, Grace, I love Grace. And what I want Grace to do, I want her to continue to running around Forrester Creations like a chicken with her head cut off, being an alarmist, raising hell. You know why? Because I feel like Carter deserves it. So literally, when y'all started talking about Carter, I put my phone on mute and I went into the chat because I am so not interested in Mr. Walton these days.
That's why I said he needs to be single. He don't need Paris. Paris can go be with her sister for a while.
And that's how come I'm Team Grace on this. I don't even want to hear what Carter got to say.
He needs to be single for a while.
Point, that's for sure.
I feel like Grace. All she heard was Zoe's story, and that's good enough for her. She know all she need to know. I'm with Grace. I know all I need to know about Carter right now, and I'm Team Grace. I want her to drag him through the mud. You know why? Because he put himself in this position himself.
But Zoe started this whole debacle when she tried to be with Zende. That's how that all kicked off.
Carter was out when he dumped Paris. When he dumped Paris, he was free from Paris. He was free from Zoe. He was even free from Quinn. He was a single man and he couldn't take it. His eggs went to he went to ovulating. He was feeling his eggs and his biological clock went to ticking. As soon as he got single, he started ovulating.
You know what, Sam? If you don't cut it out on here,
y'all show Paris ain't pregnant. Because the way how she acting now, ma'am over here is like a Flash when it comes to Carter.
Well, if she's pregnant, they need to go ahead and if she's not pregnant yet, they need to go. If she's pregnant, they need to go ahead and reveal that, because the window of time for them to actually say that she's pregnant based on when her and Carter slept together is getting kind of on the narrow side now.
I want that to happen so Grace can blow her head off.
Oh, Grace could be once the girl knocked up, Grace ain't gonna be able to say a damn thing. She's gonna have to be quiet whether she wants to be or not. But I agree with Sam. Carter is making a bigger mess of his life than it already is. And he has one of the symptoms that's so unattractive in The Bold and the Beautiful Men is that they cannot take a breath to just be single between women. Okay, it was like when it's something that I don't know what it is. It's like they're allergic to it, because Carter sounds like Liam's ass. Like on paper, there was no reason.
They're all the same. The men and the women are all the same. Can't nobody go 5 minutes being single.
Yeah, I agree, Maya. They codependent.
I don't want to be by myself. Everybody getting married. I'm marrying everybody. I'm still single.
Let the record show that Steffi didn't have a man.
Well, Steffi
2.5 years.
Steffi went out without a plan for 2.5 years, did her own thing. Brooke's still over here talking about Steffi still want Liam. Steffi over here taking care of her child, looking at you like, man,
she got bigger problems to worry about.
But move on.
But they can't. Exactly, but they have this problem where their gut reaction to relationships going up in flames is to latch on to the next woman who shows any interest and just go for it. Like to this day, I still thought one of the most pathetic things I ever heard was when Liam decided to marry Hope before the ink was even dry on his annulment papers, was that he feels more secure married. I'm like, bruh, do you hear yourself? Do you know what you sound like?
He didn't even notify Steffi of him putting the papers in. Steffi had to find out by coming to Brooke's house while pregnant, while this chick over here behind Liam, like, oh, you can tell her.
And she's sporting that ring, yeah.
You still sporting the ring from 2016. Come on now.
And now Carter sounds the exact same way. And the kicks part is that it's all for no reason. There is no great, terrible hell that is going to rain down on these men if they just sit, take a breath, and just learn to be. Instead, they want to grab on. And the thing is, when they grab onto the next girl, because it's like the old saying, it's like, you know what? The next bus will come along, except the next bus does come along when they grab onto them to go make that big formative leap into a committed relationship with them. They just make the relationship, everything into a big mess. Carter is about to do that in spades. Yeah, Maya, right. Everybody on board do need a damn therapist. And Carter's about to do that.
Well, we could blame the guys all day, but ain't nobody forcing them to get with them. I feel like this. If you don't want to be a yo-yo, then don't be a yo-yo. And then all of them be yo-yos at any given time, man, female. It's like they just pick and choose when they want to be stupid. And it seems like it be a free-for-all lately.
You know what I really want to see? But I know they're not going to give it to us. If Hope get drunk and she decides to lay down with somebody, let it be Thomas. Let her do what Caroline did, but let her get drunk.
I don't know.
I don't want her to lay down with Thomas.
I don't want that.
He gonna wake up with fleas.
Not just that, but also Thomas has enough stacked against him. I do not need the moniker of, oh, you slept with the drunk girl slapped on him. No. Some way, somehow,
like they did Caroline, they're gonna try to make it seem like he drugged her and he took advantage of her. Like, no, which is still an aspect of that storyline that is hotly contested to this day. No, we are not hanging that shingle around Thomas's neck. Damn that.
Or they can bring Caroline back. They can bring her back from dead like they did Taylor.
Oh, they ain't getting her back. They killed her. They killed her so they could give her child away to Hope. So they ain't gonna never ever bring Caroline back. Not to mention that they can't even get your girl back because she's over on Days of Our Lives right now. But yeah, they're not invested in doing anything like that. So tomorrow is going to be interesting because what I want to know is this. Hope obviously saw what she saw. So is Eric, first of all, that ring going off again. Every time that ring go off, I rub my hands together going, oh, it's going to be the big one. I'll be like, oh, please tell me this ends with him in an ambulance on his way to the nearest hospital. So, but of course, the ring went off today. And I just need to catch my breath. I'm like, nah, see, he was playing like.
He need to catch his breath. I know you old and all, but sir, slow down. You will have a heart attack one day.
Well, that's the point, Reginald. I'm waiting on him to have that heart attack because he was playing it off like, he just got a little winded and he was doing it to get down and to drop her guard. But that's not true because if that had been the case, then the ring would not have gone off and it wouldn't have alerted Quinn to the fact that his heartbeat was, skyrocketing or whatever the hell it was doing. So you know what? Third time's a charm. I'm waiting for that son of a bitch to go off again and put that bastard on his back.
Child, if that happens, Quinn gonna run to that club. What happened to
my family club?
I can't stand
people by name.
Can I get this off my chest, please? No. While y'all have brought it up about Eric and Donna and my girl Quinn. This whole begging, this geriatric playboy has gotten on my nerve.
She's
like, it's to the point I'm so far past disgusted. I'm tired. I'm over it. I done threw up. I done everything to just clearing my system of this poison, but it's not working. Like, I'm so ready for somebody to get busted at the club and tear the club up. Like, I want Quinn to tear everything down. Like, everybody's saying I want her to take the high road. No, at this point, I want nasty, messy, entirely scorn Quinn back. Like, because that's the only way that I'm gonna feel happy. Because they done dragged this out way too long for her not to have some good action on this screen. Like, for her to take the high road, it could have been cute if she could have caught them weeks ago. But now this keep dragging out. I'm gonna need them to be dragged for months, just like this storyline been going on for too long. Oh my God.
She keeps saying she's reformed, but I'm like, Quinn, when you about to see what your husband been doing for the last couple of months behind your back, while you claim to be reconnecting with your husband,
he is
I think you might want to get. I think you might want to go find that
family
sword that you used on Liam.
He disrespecting her in front of the entire family.
And now that Hope knows, oh Jesus.
This is the beginning of the end, because here's the problem now. Remember I said before that Donna and Eric were enjoying this little bubble they created themselves. Well, that bubble got burst today because now Hope so now they have several problems. One is, aside from the fact that Hope knows, do they have to worry about Hope saying something, not specifically to Quinn, but to anyone? Because you know the old saying, the only way two keep a secret is if one of them is dead. Okay, so if Hope knowing is now basically bursting their bubble. So of course, one, if they have the balls to go back to that tacky ass room after Hope then busted them now, that is going to be mighty interesting, because if they do, it's almost a promise that they are going to get busted by somebody other than her, because the secret's out now.
This is what I want to say. Now, it's still that spoiler out there that's saying that somebody's supposed to come up dead, right? Okay.
There's a spoiler. Wait, there's a spoiler that somebody's supposed to die?
Yeah.
See, I don't think that's a real spoiler, because I've been hearing about that for a while now. Ain't nobody dead yet, and I don't think Eric is fixing to die.
I think he is.
It better be
done. It's a reason why that fit. It's a reason why he carrying around that portable heart monitor on his finger. It ain't only to get busted. I think it's because I think something gonna happen to him. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. And if it happens to him while he's still married to Quinn, then we get what we want. Quinn take over with Steffi. That's just me.
If Steffi come back from international and Quinn says,
Bubbles, Sam said let her in.
Oh, hold on a second.
Let's see. And also, it looks like we got some comments over on YouTube. SB Writer said Quinn already took the high road when she walked away and signed divorce papers, taking and wanting nothing from Eric. And that's exactly the truth. That's what makes this entire thing so damn tacky, is that he could have had it out and it would have virtually cost him nothing. And he chose. And the thing is with Eric, one thing was very clear today, and it was the same thing that we've said for a while now. A lot of this is about power, because you are not going to convince me in any shape, way, or form that Eric did not derive some sort of enjoyment from walking out of the mansion the way he did this after today, where he was like, "Oh, I'm going to the club." He said, "Well, will you be back for dinner?" "Yeah, I'll text you. I love you."
You mean grew wings and flew like somebody gave him a shot of Red Bull?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's despicable.
Leaving Quinn there like the dutiful wife with her hands clasped in front of her, just waiting for him to come back and give her some form of some little crumb of damn attention, like a damn egomaniac. He need his ass whooped.
Yeah, he do. Just like Sam was saying, that Carter had it out, Eric had it out. And they both, neither of them liked what they out. And so they double dipping, they going back, and they messing it up for that woman.
When Quinn gave that man an out, he should have just walked away. He didn't want to walk away. No. Now that he didn't want to walk away, when Quinn finds out what you did and she turns back into that evil, demented Quinn to go out the Donna again, you might not want to stop her.
See, he didn't want her to walk away with respect and with her dignity intact. He
Right.
want her to walk away looking like, scorned and torn out Quinn. Is she back to her original self? Like, we know the reason. And that's what I don't want them to do. I don't want them to be hiding it like she just came out of a bag out of nowhere. Now that Hope has caught them, that is her ticket to show that she did this with a cause. It was not just because she just came out of a bag on him and trying to take advantage of him and she's sleeping with Carter again, all that. No. Hope is her witness to bear that she saw her trying to have some type of communication with her husband, and he totally 86'd it. And not only did he 86'd it, he left her high and dry to an appointment, which she later found out it was an appointment to go frolic with her auntie.
Exactly. And that part is important because the thing is, people controlling narrative is extremely important in most situations, but doubly so in this one. When people do things that are trashy and inexcusable like this, you want to be able to somehow make yourself not be the bad guy in the situation. And the thing is, nobody really knows what goes on in anybody's marriage or what's happening behind closed doors for any married couple, because you don't, that's between them. You're not there, you don't know, you don't hear, you don't see. I mean, so if Donna wanted, if you cut out the part of today where Hope actually heard what Eric and Quinn were saying to each other, or specifically what Quinn was saying to Eric, she could, and she had heard, found out that Donna and Eric were together at the club. She could have walked in there and Donna could say, well, Eric's just not getting the support that he needs at home.
Exactly.
Quinn's not there for him. And I'm just trying to be there for him. And he just needs someone because it's such a tough time for him. Donna could try selling, sell that swampland to her tomorrow. Let's see how good she do. Since she already heard $1 that that's not true. Eric does have a wife who is supportive. Now, if he can't get past what happened between her and Carter, that is his damn his burden to carry. But he needs to go ahead and say that. Oh, Sam says she keeps getting kicked out on her phone.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Okay, so that's his damn burden to carry from start to finish. And if he can't deal, then he needs to get out. Instead, he's playing these nasty ego trip mind games where he enjoys keeping a beautiful, vivacious woman like Quinn, who, let's be honest, ain't suffering for nothing in this world. Ain't suffering, would not be suffering for male attention, because you got Carter, he damn near about ready to be Johnny Gill Key Sweat begging on his knees for the woman if he thought it would do any damn good.
Baby.
And see my thing about it, you know how you just was me too, Sam. I want Eric to be the one that dies too.
So he can be buried right next to Stephanie? I think not.
Oh, that better not.
That's what I was gonna say. He keeps using
that woman eternal rest.
He keep using when he's with Quinn, like he keeps trying to make it seem like he's so bothered by what happened with Steffi and her kids and with Finn. But sir, when did you go check in on them? When you have yet? You got access to a private jet. I don't see you getting on your jet and going to go check on your granddaughter and your great-grand. I don't see you trying to do nothing other than run your mouth.
And was home for what? 3 days? Eric did send his little happy little butt over there. He went straight over to Donna.
She was in the hospital for the same amount of time.
Talk about I'm going to the hospital. You ain't show up at the hospital. Quinn could have showed up. Quinn didn't either.
Steffi's the excuse right now, because given the circumstances of what happened, one can be forgiven for being super distracted or withdrawn in your marriage because you got all this drama going on with your grandkid, with your son. But those are both covers. It's both bullshit. Eric may care, but he don't care like that, because the thing is, how else would he explain himself to Quinn right now?
Exactly.
He can fob off his distraction with Donna under the guise of, I'm worried about Ridge, I'm worried about Steffi and her children, and the fact that Finn is gone, etc., etc. But if those two events hadn't happened, how would he be explaining this level of disinterest and distraction in his own damn wife on such a continuous long-term basis? He'd have
Because
trouble.
he can't. He is not an explanation that'll make him look pretty.
Yeah, know what I
So
want to
it's
happen?
not an explanation that he's looking to be given. It's it when he explains what he has to do, it's always, short, quick, and it's a lie. And he lies like Sheila do. Like it's inadvertently, like lying by omission. So he does the exact same thing. Like he's not gonna tell everything, but it's kind of the truth, but it's not. It's a full-faced lie.
Well, I'm with Sam. Look, I'm waiting for Carter to bust up with the Boys to Men on bended knee at this point, because it's just getting sad now.
I just thought about it. You know what I want to happen? I want Quinn to Tina Turner Eric. When they get in the court, the only thing I want is the company.
We were talking about that last week.
My name.
She don't need his name because
She doesn't.
Artisan is already a name. She don't need to be Quinn Forrester. She can go right back to being Quinn Fuller.
Take that jewelry line from
Artisans. And
it's her jewelry line.
Right, it's her jewelry line. And
Eric got no claim to it.
Off her brow. As a matter of fact, her name as Quinn Fuller is worth more now than her name is Quinn Forrester. Because
Amen.
Fuller Artisan Creations, that's still her shit. And her shit is top level, top notch. And if she was to take her ball and go home, them Forresters and their little dresses would be struggling. Sit there and freeze some honey and make honey earrings. Let's see how long it lasts on the fancy ball gowns.
Well, I still maintain that them bringing up how popular the jewelry line has been is for a reason.
Right.
Yes.
Because when she first bought it in with the clothes, they was making money off of that.
This is just like when Stephanie found out that company was hers because her daddy left it to her. All this time, all this money being made. I wonder if Quinn even knows, because they mentioned it. Ridge and Carter and Eric were talking about it, and they look clutch with Brooke. I wonder if Quinn even knows how very successful her line is. Like, did she just doing it because she loves it and that's her business, and they gonna be selling her jewelry with the clothes anyway? Or has anybody sat down and went, wow, our numbers look great, and that's because 79% of our proceeds came from Quinn's jewelry? Like, if you can't afford to buy a Forrester Originals dress, you know what you can afford to buy? Maybe a ring from Quinn. You might be able to buy a bracelet or
and you know what, Bubbles? That would be another excellent rewrite. That would be because she already is so much like Stephanie. So why can't that be another storyline that they resurrect? I would love that.
They don't think about it.
She trusts Eric, and whatever Eric tells her about numbers and earnings, she in it because it's the family business. She feels like she's doing her part, she's contributing, and that's good enough for her. She ain't asked nobody about no money.
She's been too focused on Eric and rebuilding their relationship, so she ain't really been focusing on her numbers.
Right, but even before the shit hit the fan and started going sideways with Eric, Quinn did not care about the money. She told us that and showed us that when she was willing to divorce Eric and not fight him for his.
Yeah.
Mentioned taking her company away from Forrester. She just said, I don't want nothing from him. She not one time said, I'm just going to take my company and go on about my business. It never even occurred to Quinn that she could take her company back because it's not fully integrated with Forrester. It ain't hit her head that, you know what, this is still mine. I can take this and go and be fine. She ain't gave that no consideration. I want her to have a wake-up call the way Stephanie had when she sat down on that couch with Catherine Chancellor.
And kick Eric in the nuts.
I want
That awakening, you could tell when you seen her, she went from in the slumps. She was down. She was totally out of character. And when she heard that tidbit of information,
Girl,
she got a light. She got a light.
like
Hope,
a phoenix.
man.
They can cut Hope for the future. That's not even being used no more. Like, cut it, please. She ain't doing no work anyway.
They're not gonna do that.
They're not gonna get rid of Hope's main source of purpose.
No.
Like,
What did Thomas say about that? What did Thomas say about it?
Outside of Hope for the future, what is her purpose?
What did Thomas say about it?
About what?
They would never make her stay her mother.
You gave an 18-year-old that just got out of high school a line before. Like, what is she in a line for?
But that's the thing. She's just technically Hope is more or less the. I guess you could say she used to be the spokesperson, but Zende and Carter are Zende and Thomas are the ones doing the designing for the line. Mm-hmm. So she kind of just approves of stuff. But I agree with what Sam said. The Forresters probably cannot afford to lose the income from Quinn's jewelry line. So and the thing is, I want there to be fallout from this BS. Okay, not just romantic fallout because it'll be the end of a marriage and the potential for the start of something between Quinn and Carter that they can start on their own terms instead of it being some kind of shady on the slick sneaky link relationship. No, there needs to be tangible financial fallout for Eric's lack of judgment, because one thing that today did show quite clearly is that they remember when Steffi left, they made the comment that everyone's going to have to pull together to try to get things done since Steffi's not around. So that means that they're all kind of taking on other tasks that I'm guessing Steffi would need to do now that she's on sabbatical for a while, and they're all trying to pull weight and make sure the company runs. What the hell is Eric doing? Sitting at home, daydreaming about Donna and her nasty honey dip self, scribbling up a little bit. Hope actually came to the mansion on business, and she couldn't even get that accomplished. It's like, bruh, so you trying to tell me you're basically shoo-shooing, handling Forrester Creations business to go play pickleball. You ain't fit to run a damn thing.
Because Rhea said him, Carter, and Zende is taking on Steffi's role till she gets back. And I'm just like, oh, snap.
Well, no, I guess that must be that must mean Zende, Carter, and Ridge, because Eric ain't doing a damn thing.
Eric over here just playing tussle tag and find the honey with Donna, while the company over here is in shambles because now you got 3 men doing 3 different jobs.
Ooh, I got something for y'all. And CBS is gonna block this broadcast. So I really got to get on downloading these audios and putting them on the podcast site. But this is back when Eric was being Eric, I guess. This is probably my favorite Stephanie Douglas Forrester. Hold on a second. Y'all gonna die when I show y'all this. This is the scene that will live on forever.
In a way,
I ain't played the whole thing, but
it's the draw up for me. In
the nuts, just like you deserved.
won't be the same.
We'll watch it again because I love it. And CBS gonna cut it anyway, but we live, and these are the treats when you get when you live.
And hurt me in a way that no woman could ever explain to a man.
They ran over to him, tried to coddle him.
I wouldn't have run over a damn place. I
They
was gonna ice pack
all
at him and
right.
say, put it on your balls.
I want to
Mhm.
see Quinn pick up from where Stephanie left off. Don't
Yeah.
just kick him in the pickleballs. Crush them little holler bitches. Take it all, girl. Take everything from him because she's sitting here built just like Stephanie built his empire. Quinn is here keeping his empire from sinking because
Yep.
who knows where Forrester would be without her line. They have said many times over the years how her jewelry has revitalized their fashions. And we don't know if she gets a pat on the head. Is anybody giving her a certificate that says, way to go, Quinn? Did she get any kind of awards for saving this company? No.
No, they take advantage of it.
Right. All she done thought about is this raggedy ass Eric. And somebody said, well, she just married Eric for his money. She had money.
No, that's Brooks. That's
Now,
Brooks'
Forrester
delusion.
money,
That's Brooke MO.
right. Quinn
That's
had
Brooks'
money.
delusion.
She wasn't Forrester rich, but she wasn't destitute.
She sure wasn't. She sure wasn't.
Exactly.
Let
So
me tell you the truth. I want Quinn to take Eric. If he don't die, I want him to be wishing for death every time he look at Donald. I should have just had a heart attack and died instead of messing around with you and this damn honey. You should have.
he really should have. He
You
really should have. Because that's the thing. I mean, and Amaya even said it. Fashion houses aren't all that anymore, so they probably are half broke. But see, that's the thing. Diversification is the name of the game in the business world now. There's not many people who can make it work with just doing the one thing that their company may have started out doing. You got to be able to spread. You got to be able to spread into different markets. And Quinn in the show, and over the years, the show has made attempts to do that. Like they had Allie, and then they had Ivy working on shoes for Forrester. Then they had, when the Quinn came in, they had her jewelry line added to the lineup. You have to be able to change how you make your money.
And let's make that be known. Quinn did that when she got in control of that, because they wasn't trying to put her line mixed in with Forster's name. She did that at that fashion show.
Exactly.
They was like, what is this? They ain't never. She is ahead of her time.
Talk about it.
Exactly.
They wasn't matching shit before Queen. They was just putting folks out there in dresses. They wasn't matching shit. Did they even have jewelry that anybody talked
They
about?
was out there using cubic zirconia. She was out there bringing gemstones.
Right. They got their shit off of QVC. And
Exactly.
She got in the mines getting literal gems.
Yes.
Out here using the pasties collection.
Letting
There's a fashion house and y'all using fake jewelry?
Letting people.
And see, that was Wyatt. That was Wyatt bringing the Hope Diamond, bringing that into, ushering that into Forrester. And see, they don't get nobody credit for that.
Well, luckily that was after they got past the petty bullshit of Hot, because remember at one point when they were working things out with Forrester, Liam's pissy ass was so threatening. He just wanted he wanted Wyatt and Quinn gone. He didn't want Quinn. He didn't want Hope being around Wyatt at all. So he didn't want Forrester working, because originally it started as them providing jewelry for Hope for the future. He didn't want them involved, period. Which I still to this day roll my eyes at. I'm like, bro, you up here about to mess up a company bottom line because you got a fragile ego. They got good time entertaining your bullshit.
Man, and she actually fired them. She fired them.
Yeah,
and
to make
the reason why she
Liam
rehired them was because she didn't got in her feelings because Liam did what he did. So then she get on a plane telling us something. Oh, you got to go back to work because you're rehired. Drama.
That's what they always do have problems with, making sure that they keep business and, personal relationships and keeping those things separate where they especially need to be separate. But once they really got to see how profitable having a line is. And it's one of the things that has always got on my nerves with the show is that it's a fashion house. They could be having all kind of synergy going on. Like back in the day when we used to have people from Y&R pop over from Jabot. It made sense. Jabot's a cosmetic company. Like and
girl.
Exactly. We don't get that kind of stuff anymore, but this is a fashion house. They are ripe to have partnerships with different other industries, with other businesses to really make it pop. So them having Quinn as their in-house jeweler really does make a lot of sense. And yeah, I agree. Forrester should have its own fragrance. I mean, hell, that's all Ashley Abbott does is come up with the chemical constitution for what's going to work best for Jabot.
But they lost that opportunity when Ridge couldn't let Brooke go. They could have had a whole ass Ashley Abbott in the family.
And y'all forgot about why he came up with that idea to make a whole beauty and fragrance line for Steffi when he was trying to get her to stay with him. They have done those type of storylines. They just don't carry them out.
No, they don't.
They mention it to get people all excited about it.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, what happened to? I thought Wyatt said something about makeup and we just gonna do. We don't talk about.
She deserve her own outside brand, and that's my thing. Steffi is in her mid to late 30s. She should have had her own brand a long time ago.
Right.
And when Wyatt suggested that, they should have jumped at it but see, what happened was he mingled it, like Darlin said, with his personal life. And that's what turned her off to it. It was a very good idea. They tried to give her blood money. She wouldn't take it. Instead, she took Liam, old lame ass, back and turned down something that would have been way more lucrative, in my opinion, than HFTF is now. Because she got a bigger following than because all the stuff that Hope did, she lost a lot of her backing. She lost a lot of her following behind that. Steffi never lost momentum.
And now they're about to sit up here. But that's the thing. I really want Quinn to hold her jewelry line over the Forrester's head like the sword of Damocles. Because that's due. That needs to happen.
I agree.
I want her to take her shit, and then I want her to make them pay her an exorbitant amount of money for the licensing of her name and her product.
Yes.
To play in my ball field, well, here are some of my demands. She never merged her company with Forrester, so she ain't got to worry about trying to unhinge shit. But I'm going to need some stock. If you want to keep using my jewelry, then I need to feel like I'm a real owner around here and not just married to an owner. That's why people think I'm a fucking gold digger, because you ain't never gave me nothing to make me equal like some of the other people. So here's what we going to do. You want my jewelry? I'm going to need half of what your stock, I'm going to get your half anyway when I get that divorce money. So give it to me now when I ask for it, or you can give it to the court and the court can give it to me. And then after that, I'm gonna want my own office. Ain't gonna be none of this damn sharing with anybody that just wants to walk through the door. I will never come in my office and see Hope sitting at my desk doing jack on shit. No. No.
She needs her own separate entity, like her own wing. This is Quinn Archison's wing at Forrester Creation, not just the office. I need her to have a wing where she got her own secretary, she got her own reception, she got her own everything. Because that's what she had in her own building.
You could give me a building across town and put me back in the setup like I had before I came here and got fooled around with y'all damn people.
You see what I'm saying? And see, my thing is, going off of what I just said back a minute ago, if she does, which I totally think that's what's gonna gear up to her taking over the company with Steffi, I want her to awaken her son's idea and tell Steffi, you know what? Why he came up with this idea a long time ago? I don't think you remember, but woo. And I think we need to resurrect that and get rid of HFTF.
Nah, he ain't gonna do that.
I would like to see that, but I
They
don't
should, but he won't because he likes Hope. Him and Hope are on good terms. He would never suggest
Who
to
is
get rid of
he?
her line.
Who?
Wyatt.
He?
Wyatt. He would
Why
never
you
make.
ain't got no say? Wyatt over there expensive full time. I'm just saying that should be Quinn saying that. Like we don't have to get rid of it altogether. We could put it on the black burner like they done did Taboo, like they done did all these other lines that
They did it to
they
Intimates
haven't
too.
really been.
They did it to Intimates too. Because when Ridge was like, "Oh, Steffi's Intimates line is getting a bad reputation overseas. We got to put it on the back burner." He gave all the money to Hope for the Future. I was like, "Sir, are you crazy? Are you slow?" That's when Thorne should have took up as CEO, because Thorne was like, "Oh, you can give Thomas Taboo and Steffi can still have her Intimates line. Why are you still posting on Hope for the Future? It ain't really doing nothing."
That entire mess, as far as I'm concerned, that was down to them listening to Rick, which was the last person they should have sent to find out. What they said specifically was that Taboo was, and this is the part that cracked me up. Basically, they were saying that it was too risque. It was lingerie. How the hell is your lingerie too risque unless you just bone ass naked?
Oh, Taboo was the man's line.
Wait, are you sure?
Yeah,
what was the name of the line that Steffi was repping for? Was it Taboo or was it something else?
It was Intimate. She changed Brooke's bedroom to call it Intimates because she incorporated men's underwear. She incorporated men's sleepwear into it.
No, not that. It was something before that. Did they have? No, it wasn't. Not Intimates. Not when she bought back the Intimates, the Brooks bedroom, but changed it to Intimates. It was something else.
Dare or California Freaker?
Dare. It was. I think it was Dare, because this was back in the day, back when the triangle was just really starting to.
Yeah, that was Dare. That was the Dare. Yeah, they canceled that. They dropped her from publicizing. That was her own personal campaign, and Ridge got rid of it with the help of Katie.
Yeah, that was the line where they said it was too risque. I was like, hold on a second. Hold on. What the hell are you talking about? Because basically it was supposed to be it was the new line, and they said that it was too risque. I'm like, y'all full of shit on this one. Come on now. Right, how you too risky? How, first of all, saying that something is too risky for European markets is saying a whole hell of a lot, because Europeans have a whole different metric for how they describe risque from how we describe it over here in the US.
And then you know what? They aren't as censored as we are here. So that whole bullshit that he came up with, it was so I didn't accept that, because first of all, are y'all talking about risque? We talking about Brooke's bedroom. She got a whole bed in her office. Like, she done came on stage butt naked, damn near. All she had on was a string and a cover up. Like, come on, ain't nobody talking about no risque. Y'all done that already.
What are y'all talking about? Is this a throwaway line? Because I have no idea what y'all talking about risque.
Well, we kind of got off the main topic of it started out with the topic of what Quinn should be aiming for, hopefully, because there should be consequences when this entire story blows up, because this is going to blow up in Eric's face, as it rightfully should. And that among the consequences of, I guess it's kind of like a wish list of what you would have wanted to see if they were really going to dive deep into a business aspect of Forrester. Of one, I think, because either was Can or Reginald who said something about baby putting Hope for the Future on the back burner. And I said that, and I said that I didn't know if that was very likely, even though they had the nerve to put Steffi's old line on the back burner, the Dare line, saying it was too risque, which never made no damn sense to me, but whatever.
Okay. At the end of the day, if they play this right, it seems like everyone in our chat seems to agree that there is nothing redeeming about what Eric is doing. and that the only way that there can be a payoff for this story is for old men to pay, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So ideally, I think the most we can expect is what we would expect in any divorce. For Quinn to get half of the assets, period. They've been married a long time. She can get half of his shares. Now, if she says, like we talked about this, if she says she wants to take her business, if she wants to take what she came in the marriage with, and she wants to separate, and Eric can't pay her out, if he can't buy her out, according to whatever the contract is, maybe he did a shoddy contract. He could lose controlling interest. Like if she demands, well, since y'all can't afford to let me go and be detached from y'all, then I want 51%. That's all it's going to take. I believe that's what Bubble said happened with Brooke, that she was able to say, well, since y'all can't pay me, I want 51% or y'all company going to go under. So as far as cutting individual lines, I think that would probably be way down the road. First, we have to get Quinn in the game. And that's getting her 18.5 or controlling interest. And I don't think it's going to be more than the 18.5. Donna only got her 12.5%.
Well, yeah, they won't give her anything more than half because
Exactly.
I mean, community
point.
property. That's just how that
So all
ball
this
crumbles.
other stuff about cutting lines, all that would be a whole different storyline. To be honest with you, this storyline is getting old man to pay.
No, I said I brought it up because that would leave her in a good position to be able to take over the company with Steffi. In her first order of business, I was saying she should act on Wyatt's old ideas. That's why I said
don't have
that.
a hard on for Hope, and neither does Quinn.
Right.
Say what now? I didn't hear her. What'd you say, Sam?
She said that they don't really. We may feel one type of way about Hope for the future, but that's not how Quinn or Steffi feels about it. So that wouldn't be something that they would make a priority at all. I mean,
we don't really know because they don't really talk about nothing as far as business.
Steffi's been co-CEO all these years, and she's never made one mumbling word about getting rid of Hope for the future, much to our chagrin.
Yeah. I mean, she seems to be, I mean, one, we don't even know if Hope for the Future even makes any damn money because they don't, because like I said, they're mentioning the fact that Quinn's jewelry line makes money for a reason because they never really talk about, not in like the last 2 or 3 years, about them making money.
And it's not that Hope for the Future never gonna get cut, but it's just not gonna, that's just not even this storyline at all. This storyline is gonna end with Quinn getting from Eric. Hope ain't got shit to do with this.
Oh, another thing I wanted to bring up was, did Krista Allen not look fantastic in that lovely copper that they had her in today?
Oh my God.
Per usual. Yes, she did.
Oh my God. Somebody tweeted that she actually looked like the Princess of Morocco today. Was that you?
Was me. That was me.
And you was not lying. Ma'am, Miss Hayes, Krista Allen, they did that today. I'm talking about, I love her hair that way. I love her hair where it's pulled back off of her neck, but just a little bit in her face, just so her cheekbones can pop. I love her hair that way. And whoever is styling her, nailing it.
Yeah, she had that old Hollywood look about herself today.
So glamorous, so chic.
Yes.
I mean, so chic. It's so incredibly sexy, but she's not trying to be sexy. Right? It's just
she's not overly doing anything. She's not putting herself on red. She's not trying to break up homes. She ain't sleeping with married men. She ain't doing nothing overly. She just being her amazing self.
Ain't she
amazing? And today she was sassy. She was sitting on that desk. I was like, okay, go ahead, girl. I see you.
Exactly. And her whole back was out. I mean, girl, whole back was out. You work it at 50 years old because I know my back don't look that good. You go, girl. You go. She looked fantastic, so adorably styled.
She does, and she has really, really great shoulders. So I suspect we will be seeing her in like halter or cowl neck things, like shape tops for the summer season. I think we're going to see a lot of that because she looks fabulous in them.
Exactly. I mean,
Yes.
why would you not show those gorgeous arms? Oh,
And
girl,
I love that
that too. Yes.
I love
yes.
that when they put her in like neutral colors, like it, like neutrals don't work for everybody,
Mm-hmm.
No.
and it works so well on her skin
Her
tone.
complexion. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yes, I've noticed that too. The rose gold, the rose
Mhm.
golds in those
really
pale pinks, like those light
Yes.
blush colors,
Yes.
champagnes. And like you said, the neutrals. She wears a lot of light tan tops and
Yes.
light tan jackets.
They just pop
Beautiful
on her.
because it makes her beautiful brown eyes pop. I think she's just stunning, and she's so humble. She literally did say, you know, I always was the sexy girl, and she said I hated it. I always got the bit to be the part to be the sexy girl until she did something on HBO, and she said she absolutely loved it.
Mhm.
But you can see why she was always the sexy girl, because she's
Yeah.
using just beauty all the time, and she's not even trying to.
She's not even trying. Very much like our girl Jackie. She don't gotta try,
Right.
but
But Jackie is
she
stunning.
she
She
oozes
just
it. But
exactly, she oozes it. She can't turn off the sex. I mean,
mhm.
yes, yeah. But Krista's is it's sexy, but it's not sex. It's just appeal. It's so
Mhm.
beautiful. It's so refreshing. You know, we just love our new Taylor.
And also, you have some people who it's like they must be a joy to dress them because it's like they show up for wardrobe and they're like, okay, what am I putting you in today? Because I have no bad choices to make.
Right.
Exactly.
Exactly. You know, I know they always got to catch hell with Jackie because she's been staying knocked up for the past few years, and I expect her to be knocked up again. So she's probably got a range of all size clothing in her wardrobe.
They're probably
But
like,
you
yeah,
know, when she is pregnant, her styling don't usually fall off until she's late in her pregnancy. Like
I've never seen
when
it even fall off. Her
no.
style remains.
No. It fell off. Like that when she was in the hospital and when she was in getting that. Well,
well,
it made it fell off because
what she kind of means is, I think what Can is saying is that once, because Jackie is all stomach late in her pregnancies, if she's not pregnant on screen, they usually have to slap her in sweats towards the end of her pregnancy.
Any other
that's
time,
normal. So,
like when she did that, when they did that print with the what was that for Vogue or something, and she had on that black and white. You could not tell me she was pregnant. She was so beautiful in that black and white Chanel. Do you know what I'm talking about? And
Yes,
Tanner had on
the
a
photo
blue
shoot? Oh, you mean the photo shoot?
Yeah, the one where she was in the black and white in those gorgeous shoes. Oh my God, those shoes were incredible.
Her and KKL be wearing some busting shoes. Like,
but you know what? I'm afraid we may never see KKL in heels again.
Ooh, I would hope not.
You know, I've been thinking about it. You know, I'm the type of person, and it's a hard cross to bear, but I'm super empathetic, and so I feel deeply when I see pain or see people in pain, and it kind of sticks with me, and it bothers me. I just it bothers me, and so I have been really concerned if we'll be able to see her in heels again. I mean, she had 2 breaks in her ankle. She's got rods and pins. Wasn't it 2 breaks in her ankle?
I didn't know that.
She got 2 or 3 rods in it.
Oh, Queen Libra said no, it was 3.
I knew it was Lord. 2 or 3 rods.
Oh my God.
It was 2 or 3 rods. She's got 2 or 3 rods in one freaking ankle. I mean, so this is the thing. I worry like this. So I've literally been worrying. Like, I know she won't be in heels for a long time, but will she ever feel comfortable in wearing them again? And that hurts me because as a woman, I remember when I had to stop wearing heels, and it did hurt me. And we as women, I think we all kind of go through something emotional when age hits us, And it's like, you mean if you can tell me I can't? And so I've been worried about that. So I just been praying for KKL, and not only that she recovers well, but that, you know, she recovers 100% and that she can get
Yes.
back on those heels the way she likes.
Yes.
Oh,
That she looks
yeah.
so good in. Like, I was talking about it before this happened. I'm like, you know, for her age, you would never think like she's still sporting them 6 inches and owning it. And what, you know, she's not doing the chicken walk. She stands up
Exactly.
straight and she walks that walk.
Exactly.
I felt very
think about
proud
it.
of her.
She's 60, probably 63 or 64 right now. And I'm not even that close, but by the time we hit 35, we can damn near run in our heels. We can eat,
Yeah.
sleep, run in them, take a bath. It's like an appendage. So yeah, she had it down pat that her heels were her walking shoes. But
Yes.
you know, I just hope that we see her in heels soon. That's all.
Girl,
Exactly. I hope her healing is full and fulsome.
I cannot stand the heel. I've never liked heels.
I have a time limit.
I love them. I
You know
love
what,
them.
if you tell me I gotta wear heels somewhere, you will not see my black ass there.
I'm one of those people who, if it's a formal event or a wedding or something, you gotta wear heels. Yeah, backup shoes is coming with me, so I can't.
Oh yeah, my backup shoes come with me anyway. My slippers, oh yeah, they come with me because I'm looking cute when I get out of the car. As soon as I get in the car, they coming out
Exactly.
because I can't drive in them.
So I did find today. So let's talk about the overblown Lee strikes out Ed Taylor spoiler that apparently played out today.
It's probably gonna be tomorrow, right?
No, that was today, because today's cliffhanger was Sheila showing her ass up Johnny on the spot at Lee's door, which I still have questions about, but that's another story. I'm a bit disappointed that we didn't get to actually see Sheila's jailbreak.
Yes, we did. We knew exactly when Mike said it's time to go. That was the jailbreak. We didn't need to actually see the action. We knew at that moment that Sheila was out of jail. Period. Ended. Because we know the history between Sheila and Mike. Ain't no reason Mike gonna be there if Sheila's gonna be in the pokey, and that transfer is gonna be complete. That's why Officer Hot Dog showed up to ask where is Effie in the building, because Sheila's on the loose. We knew that last week. I didn't need to actually see him trying to get her off of a bus or put somebody in her place. I didn't need all of that. My comfort was in the fact that Mike Guthrie is standing behind Sheila. I already know she's free.
We all knew that. I mean, that's literally everybody that knew Mike. We all knew that we knew she was going to break out anyway. When we saw Mike, we had the answer. So I'm with Bubbles. I don't have to actually see it. I don't. We knew it was going to happen. She's out. They don't have enough sets to actually show us a breakout.
True.
Exactly.
And they ain't going no location for it either.
Exactly. So Sheila's out. She's at Lee's doorstep. I cannot believe that the show ended with that today. I expected that to be like Friday.
No,
today's episode was supposed to have been Friday's episode.
Oh, you know what? I hate this crap. I hate this.
All Monday's episodes are gonna be Friday's cliffhanger.
Exactly, and that's why yesterday sucked so bad. Okay.
Right. It was just a building episode. So first of all, I'm still over here tripping, going like, Lord, we opening doors and we don't know who it is in 2022.
Exactly.
Who door ain't got a peephole or a window, some shit you can look out
of? If you ain't got a peephole, if you don't have a peephole in your door, most people got a Ring camera outside these days. I'm like, girl, you somebody bamming and you saying, who is it? And then you open it. I'm just like, I'm like, Lee.
And you know what? I'm with Reginald. How the hell did Sheila find Lee Hotel? Because
she had to follow the house.
How? She was in jail. She can't follow nobody in jail.
Listen, Lee left right before Sheila did, right? Sheila left, and then we turn around and see Mike, and Mike then broke Sheila out.
So he done broke her out soon as she leave.
Yeah, because she was
Apparently.
supposed to be transporting that day. Remember, she was
Yes.
supposed to be transported, and that's
Oh,
what
see,
we
they done fucked up protocol. They
And
done fucked it
everybody's still in the same clothes, okay? Because look,
Right.
not Carter, well, obviously Carter, but specifically Quinn and Eric are in the same outfits they've been in for the last 2 days.
Yeah.
And Lee still had the same clothes on. She went to the jailhouse. So literally, I think how Bubbles is saying is how it had to have gone down, which is that Sheila got out right when Lee left.
Exactly.
Because that she did bring up like they supposed to be taking her to another facility, maximum security facility, and she had that smirk on her face. So yeah, I guess she did leave soon after she had her visit with Lee. But
Right.
damn.
right. There's no she got Mike working for her, so I'm pretty sure, the timing in that was the timing. So Lee, they come and get Lee. She's got to go out. You don't just walk out of prison. You still got to go through checkouts and protocols
Right.
and find stuff and pick up your belongings. Because I don't think she had a purse. At least they usually don't let you in with anything in your hands when you visit people. So the time that it took Lee to check out was all the time it needed for Mike to come and get Sheila. Nobody's going to question him. He's dressed like a guard. She probably still had the handcuffs on. He's walking her out, and then boom, the car is parked next to the van, and they get into a car that's hidden. Don't nobody see him, but they see Lee, because by the time they get out the building, she has cleared coming out through security and getting her stuff, and they followed her ass from that jail back up there to wherever it is she's got Finn holed up at. This is only a couple of hours later in the same day.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
She was crafty. See, we need to see all that, because if we had seen all that, then we probably would have seen her getting her eyes on Lee too. And
That's probably why she looked so winded, because she looked like she was just ran up 15 flights of stairs and she had to jump through the window to get out the car because it was an accident or something. She just looked very tired and winded when she got to that door.
And I think it was done and lazy.
We know this show has a history of people tracking people. Who's to say that somehow Mike didn't get a tracker on Lee's vehicle? Because we see she's there. Mike would have had time to recognize Lee entering the prison, to go out, to put a tracker on her car, and to come back in time to get Sheila, and for them to follow Lee. Like, there's so many options that they could give us for that. I'm going to go with that she just flat out followed Lee, because having the forethought to have a tracker to put on her car is a lot. But she had the forethought to have a gun and a silencer when she's in that alley. So I don't put nothing past Sheila. So if that's option one, is that she just followed Lee. Option two is that they put a tracker on the car, and that's how they were able to follow Lee back to where she was. I'm really leaning towards them just plain out following her. I just can't imagine that they would have a tracker on her car already.
That'd be kind of quick. But also keep in mind, with Mike in play, remember Mike's main job, aside from being an accomplice, is providing Sheila with information.
Right.
That's always been one of his main purposes. What Sheila needs to know, Mike finds out for her.
Right. Honey, he probably tapped Lee's phone somehow. He probably then shadowed Lee's phone to fit. I mean, it's anything. I don't put nothing past them, because, like you said, Mike is Sheila's ace in the hole. He's her go-to, her ace boom coon. If Mike can't get it for her, can't nobody do it.
True that. And I did like that. First of all, it looks like we're finally moving in the right direction, since they actually let Finn's eyes twitch today. Thank God, because we need him to wake up, because I know Tana probably like, I know it's fine to go to work to sleep, but damn.
Well,
yeah. So
is they gonna end up getting in a fight, and that's what's gonna wake him up, is Sheila and Lee fighting over him.
But what it seems to be, what Lee didn't pick up today, Finn started moving his eyes when she was talking about Steffi, and she noticed his eyes moving, but she stopped talking about
Did you guys? That's all I want to say. Did you guys notice his fluttering? He
Yeah,
was fluttering them eyelashes. I was like, look at my baby.
See,
He coming through. He coming
Lee's
through.
Lee's so determined to try to, save her son. Because also keep in mind, she's treating this like a doctor because she's obviously making notes and everything about his progress. And keep in mind, she said that he had no reaction to external stimuli. She's not paying close enough attention.
right.
That these little moments, that like Sam said, that these little moments are happening as soon as she mentions Steffi.
Now, when Sheila comes in and they start arguing, they're going to probably start arguing and saying Steffi's name.
Yep.
And he's going to, that's when they get, that was the spoiler that said she and Lee are both startled. Clearly, because that's going to be Finn reacting to them probably arguing about Steffi. Steffi not knowing. Steffi doesn't know. Steffi wants some ashes. Remember, Bubbles, you were the one way back in when we were doing Spaces that said Lee was going to bring over an urn with some sand in it. And Can said, hell to the no, a Whitney Houston.
I don't no. He wasn't bringing ashes then. I don't know about now.
Right.
I didn't have no timeline on mine, so you're going to have to just stand by.
She said that Lee was going to bring some ashes, and now it looks like Sheila may convince Lee to go ahead and scoop up some sand and put it in an urn to give it to the Foresters. Because this is not the first time. Steffi asked about where his remains. I don't know if they scattered. Do you have them? What? She was straight up asking for some ashes now. She straight up asked Lee for some ashes. Right. She hung up on her, but when Lee and Sheila are arguing, they gonna probably come to the conclusion that they got to give Miss Taylor some ashes for Steffi.
Right, because if the thing is not to reveal him the minute he wakes up and to keep him hidden until for whatever reason, however long, they gonna have to give that girl something to move on. They gonna have to produce some ashes or an obituary or a damn star map where we shot his ashes into the Elon Musk took his ashes to space, and so we named the star after him. And here's a sky map, and we circled your star. We called it the Sin Star. They're not gonna be able to just get away with that. This girl wants something tangible of her husband so she can have a memorial. And if they still keeping this up when Steffi comes back, when she comes home, she is going to want her husband's remains. She gonna want a finger or a patch of hair.
She gonna have her husband by then. She gonna want no damn ashes. She got a husband.
We don't know how long. We do not know how long they are going to hold out before Steffi actually figures out the truth. Because Finn is gonna wake up before this weekend.
Well, we don't know.
I feel like he might wake up, if not tomorrow or Wednesday, it'll be Friday. But he's fluttering and he's ready to wake up.
So since Tanner's wife already had the baby,
right,
they had the baby early. I expect that this is another unplanned reschedule of the shooting calendar.
Oh yeah, this is real life is playing havoc with their shooting intentions going forward.
So even now, again, I'm the type of person that always worrying about stuff. So I immediately was thinking, oh my God. So the baby was born about a week ago. So maybe he's out the hospital, maybe not. But Tanner's supposed to be going to Monte Carlo in a week. Will he go? I'm thinking yes, because he's contractually obligated. And I'm sure his wife has her family and his family that would probably be around the clock at the hospital. But, we have absolutely no idea now how this is going to play. We can get a complete put off of our story for a couple of weeks. We have no idea.
I don't think so, because when men, it's different for men taking parental leave. he probably will, he's already been off for a while during the whole Finn is dead thing. So he had pre-time off. She had the baby. He's probably off with her now. He'll probably fly to Monaco for a couple of appearances and whatever shooting that they're going to do. He might be gone a week or two, which isn't that long, and then fall back into place. So he might not miss any time.
Yeah, he might not because you're right. It's different.
Because he's not pushing the baby out.
Right, but he's a preemie. I mean,
is the baby premature for real?
The baby's in the NICU.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he was 7 weeks. You saw how small that little baby's hand was? He was 7 weeks early. And on the I think he said he was about 3 pounds.
3.9 pounds. So 3.5. Yeah, 3.9.
Yeah.
16 ounces
So that,
1 pound. So yeah.
Right. So that little guy is definitely in the NICU unit.
He's in Cedars-Sinai at that, which is the children's, the newborn, the baby. Yeah. So that's what I mean. So definitely when she went into labor and had the baby, I'm sure he immediately left. That changed up the shooting schedule because he was expecting her to go down the end of July and she went early June. So, of course, the shooting schedule has changed up yet again. So we're anticipating maybe his eyes open. It was already taped, sure. But I expect our story to drag out even more than we expected.
I wonder when he opened his eyes, will Sheila push Lee out the way? Talk about move. Let me see my son.
They're both going to be standing there. Standing over him. But that probably they're going to be too dumb to realize that he's responding to Steffi because Belle did say that we were going to see the connection between Steffi and Finn, even though they're apart. But it's probably going to be a while before they see that the only thing that helps him get better is Steffi. And that's probably when Lee is going to finally say, okay, I'll do anything for my son. And at this point, my son needs Steffi. So Sheila is going to fight it all the way to the end, because she hates Steffi.
Oh, and Stefan brought up a good point. Summer hiatus is in July for Bold every year. So they go dark for what is it? Is it 4 or 5 weeks?
Yeah, about 4. I think it's 4 to 6 weeks because Casey's already mentioned it.
Right. So I guess we're gonna see what we're gonna get running up to that because they plus they have enough. They shoot enough show to have enough in the can to run them while they're on break. So between everything that's going on with people in real life plus their own shooting schedule, I'm not quite sure what we're gonna get. I mean, it's gonna be interesting, whatever the hell it is. But yeah, the time
is gonna be weird.
The time is probably gonna be weird.
They got Sheila breaking out of jail, going to see Lee. Lee opening the door without peeping.
So yeah, they're gonna be in
the whole point of him throwing all these self-righteous daggers. Oh God, never mind. I'll leave that alone.
And I will say that we lucked out today because I do believe that the congressional hearing realized they need to limit this shit to 2-hour increments. And Young and the Restless wasn't, let's be blunt, Young and the Restless wasn't hasn't been hitting on shit anyway. So them being preempted really isn't, that big of a loss right now.
Mm-hmm. I love that we got to see Catherine.
It was. It
was so pleasant to see her.
You know what I wanted to bring up, y'all? That CBS wanted us to tweet out a question to our favorite soap stars.
Yes. I think I retweeted that.
You did retweet it, and I responded to it. So this came from CBS, not Bold and Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. And they were asking for feedback for both of the soaps.
For actors, though, specifically, ask your favorite actor a question. Is this a popularity contest?
I have to wonder because I just pulled it up. It says, got a question for your favorite CBS soap star? Let us know what Bold and the Beautiful or Y&R star it's for and drop your question below. And they use the picture of Justin saying, I'm ready to spill the tea. This is very interesting because remember when we were talking about the Feel the Heat promo that they were doing, that this was the idea of the head of CBS Entertainment because we don't have a daytime division anymore.
Exactly.
It's just CBS Entertainment. And I guess they saw the old promo from the 80s and they decided that, well, can't we do something new like that now for the, the current shows that we still have? So this is a very interesting turn of events. So I encourage everyone to go drop a question for whatever Y&R or Bold and the Beautiful actor you have a question for. I highly suggest you drop it. Somebody wants to see response.
So where do you drop it at? You drop it on that question underneath their CBS page?
Right. The reply to the tweet. And
reply to the tweet.
That's why I said, is this a popularity contest? Because ask any actor. I mean, how many of that? 200-300 actors they talking about now?
Probably.
So it's a tweet
on CBS. Ain't no 200-300 people between Young and the Restless and Bold and the Beautiful. It can't.
It's right. So, and Jackie doesn't even have a Twitter page.
Yes, exactly. That's what I mean. They CBS is not going to answer any question for any of those actors. We already know that. So that's my point. Is this a popularity contest?
Are they going to use it? Maybe they're going to use it for something that's coming up with the Emmys. I don't know.
I think they're trying to gauge maybe fan interest as to
that's my point.
Yeah, as to who or what characters fans are interested in. Maybe
we need Justin back on the scene.
That's why I mean popularity contest because ask your favorite actor a question. Any question. They ain't gonna answer none of them. Because this is CBS. They can't answer a question about a specific actor. They don't even work with the actors like that. Right?
Not like that.
So I don't know if CBS, I don't know if they're trying to gauge online interest and interaction. Yeah, because it's not. They don't care about what we asking. That's my point. They don't
use your favorite word. They gaslighting us, girl.
Well, I think they fishing, but we don't know what they're fishing for. That's
all.
This is a fishing expedition. They're fishing, but we don't know what they're fishing for. Something so general as ask a question. That means they're not seeking answers for a certain question, but they want to know who our favorite soap actors are.
So who asked the question? Who did y'all ask it to?
I haven't asked
one
because
yet.
I don't have a question that they can answer. I said, I did. I said, I want to know if Tanner Novlin loves Sin Nation as much as Sin Nation loves Tanner Novlin. That ain't even a damn question. I want them to know that when they say favorite actor, I'm thinking about Tanner. And then in my next tweet, I said, I want Jackie to know that we love her and whatever. I don't know what it was, but I just put I think at Jacqueline M. Wood 1 because I think that's what she used to be.
Yeah, before she left Twitter.
Right. So I just think I did the at Jacqueline.
A lot of celebrities
they know
Twitter now.
But they know.
That to me, it reads like they just want the fans to ask people the questions. And most people know that if you're going to ask somebody a question, you have to ask them. I don't know if the person who posed this question for CBS understands how the Twitter works because there's still a lot of people in positions that are not very tech savvy. So to get on here and pose this question like this that came from CBS, it's really a raggedy posed question because they don't tell you to at the person. You have to know the at the person because otherwise you're just
you have to know their handle.
Exactly.
Otherwise you're just talking to other fans, and a lot of the questions that I'm looking at, like I'm in the thread right now, and Y&R replied saying we're ready for those questions.
Wait a minute. So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Jackie had a Twitter page.
Used to
a long time ago. Before
and what happened to it?
They
ran her off. She deactivated it because it got so damn toxic. Because here's the thing.
Oh wow.
Soap stars used to actually do live tweeting on Twitter for Bold and the Beautiful. It feels like it was so long ago. It probably wasn't as long as it feels, but that's how long ago it felt. That they used to have like how you see how it's like Bold Live kind of replaces all of that these days. But before we had Bold Lives, they would either at one point they would have like Facebook events, but they also would have tweet events where the stars would live tweet with the fans during the show. Jackie used to do it. Don Diamont used to do it. Darren Brooks used to do it. I want to say KKL used to do it. So they don't really do that anymore because I think they've shifted everything just to do in bold lives because they can control it better. But yeah, Jackie totally had a Twitter and she totally shut it down because it got toxic.
So I remember her doing these like skits, these little videos with her bestie and in her dressing room, and she used to post them. I thought they was just to go up on Instagram. So they was going up on Twitter then?
No. Jackie's always had a very active presence on Instagram. That was always where she preferred to post, but she used to have both. But yeah, she deactivated her Twitter, and she came back very, very briefly, and then she went right back to it. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna just stick to Instagram. Gotcha. Oh, Sam looks like Sam got kicked out again.
Yeah, she just got kicked out.
Yeah, I remember when I was on Twitter still when Jackie had a Twitter page.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when she deactivated it. It was very toxic. And then one day she popped back up, and I remember, and I was so excited. And I think she was only up for a damn day. It probably wasn't even a whole day.
It wasn't
off again.
It wasn't. It was like that. You could have missed it if you weren't on Twitter that day. You totally missed it. Yep. And it was like, and the thing is, I don't really blame her because actually, if you notice, you have quite a few actors who are very active on Insta. So they're not social media Luddites. They're not allergic to social media, or they don't dislike it. They just prefer to be on Instagram rather than on Twitter because Twitter can get kind of
Twitter
ugly.
is the front line. It's the front line, hand-to-hand combat. It's the bloodiest. It's pretty nasty.
Oh, you ain't never been on Facebook then, honey, because Twitter is Twitter is a fucking baby sleeping in a crib. Facebook will.
I've been on all of it.
See, but that's the thing.
They use on Facebook to type whatever they want. Twitter gives you 140 characters. You really can't get you. I mean, like you got to do a whole lot of posting to really get into it with somebody on Twitter. But
that's why Twitter needs to be changed.
Write a whole missive, and people will stop reading before you finish. So, but Twitter is ruthless. I agree with that. I think Annika left Twitter. Matula is still on Twitter, but she's not that active. There are a lot of soap people who don't participate on Twitter because of the culture on any social media. A lot of them left Facebook, but some of them are on Facebook. Like Matt Atkinson is on Facebook, and I was shocked that he posts on Facebook. Because they said Facebook is for old people, but I'm happy to stay on Facebook. I have not given up that account. Twitter is probably the reason they leave Twitter is because you can't control your people as much as you can on Instagram. I think, like on Instagram, I think you can choose who gets to talk to you without being fettered. But like on Twitter, if you don't follow that person, you can't talk to them. And sometimes even when you follow them, you can't really talk to them. If they block you or mute you, then that's that. But on Instagram, you just talk to the people that you want to talk to, and you don't have to worry about all that. So I get why they go to Instagram.
Because now when now that Instagram updated, now you gotta, when you want to talk to somebody in their DMs, it sends it an alert, and you gotta click accept. I'm just like, what?
Well, that's because Instagram is owned by Facebook now, and Zuckerberg is trying to make all that shit the same. That's why he got Reels, because he couldn't buy TikTok. But the irony of Reels is that they are TikToks that people have reposted. So you're never going to beat TikTok.
Which is hilarious.
And now Elon Musk is trying to take away Twitter.
And Elon Musk can't take nothing but a shit in space because he doesn't have the money.
That idiot. Not as of today, I don't think. Because keep in mind, the whole point of him buying Twitter is that was supposed to be secured with his Tesla stock. The stock market is a bloodbath right now, but particularly in his area, when he made this entire suggestion and agreed to all this bullshit, Tesla was trading at well north of $700. It's trading at $647. That stock is not worth the collateral that he's trying to put it up for anymore. So he need to pay that $1 billion breakup fee and go sit his ass down.
So you think they're gonna
Because he was asked, if you get Twitter, what would you do with it? This fool gonna tweet, "Oh, I'm bringing back Trump." No, you not.
He ain't gonna bring back Trump. Please. That's the least of his issues. One, even if he tried, because the thing is, here's the thing though. This is the thing about Twitter. This is the thing about any social media. If you're not paying for it, you're the product. So blowing $44 billion on a platform that you cannot make a profit off of is some interesting shit that I would really love to see somebody try to do.
Ego pull. It's an ego pull.
That's an expensive ego pull. It's a very expensive one because Twitter, they make their money off of advertisements. Because here's the thing, I ain't paying nobody to tweet a damn thing. That's just the way it is. I'm not paying you a nickel, dime, no quarter. So, and you cannot monetize the tweeting for the average person who uses Twitter. So if you can't do that, you have to rely on advertising dollars because that's where they get their money from.
If you ask me, I think he bought it just so he can add the edit button.
Well, he wants to buy it, but at this point, I don't think he's buying anything. I think he's
already edit button.
No, once you put a tweet out, you can't edit.
So then,
if you have Twitter Blue, you can.
If you have a Blue account, which is I think something like $6.99 a month, you have
it's only $2.99, but I wouldn't give them 9 cents because I'm not giving Twitter jack. Just like Darlene said, Twitter and I use Twitter every day. To be honest with you, I would easily pay $2.99 a month for Twitter for whatever perk it was. The reason why I wouldn't pay anything for it is because they will suspend your account for literally nothing. So Twitter has already screwed the pooch with charging fees. Because what they do is say, oh, well, I just kicked you off my platform. What if I was really trying to make money on this and you done suspended me because I literally said Jack Finnegan deserves a slap, and I get suspended for 7 days for that literally one sentence? They ain't gonna get pennies from me. And I wish this was a space where they could hear it because they screwed the pooch out of being able to charge people. Because I would have paid. I use it every day.
Well, I know that Jack said in hindsight, he regrets starting the whole thing where they would ban people from Twitter or kick people out. He said he regretted that because at the end of the day, you shouldn't be limiting people for what they can say. But then again, sometimes if people are saying things that are harmful, you have to have consequences. I think Facebook and Twitter take it out of context sometimes, and then they do the most. I've never been banned or kicked off of Twitter, but honey, I got a cell block named after me on Facebook. I spent so much time in Facebook prison. One time I got sent to Facebook prison for a month because I said I would have beat Maud's ass. Y'all ever seen the TV show Maud? I can't stand that bitch.
Yeah.
I can't stand that bitch. And I went off on a rant about Maud, and girl, they put me in the damn pokey for a month. I said over a fucking character that beat on
Yes.
And that's how it is on Twitter too.
That's how I am on Instagram. If I say one more bad thing about Hope, if I even spell her name the way that I like to spell it, HOEP, they gonna take my account away.
Yep. It's
they done banned me.
I finally got a backup, but the reason I got the backup is because I had to get the VPN because I couldn't even create a backup account. Literally, I had to get a VPN to do it. So no, Twitter can't get a dime from me.
Right, which makes this whole I want to buy Twitter thing sound even stupider than it sounded when it was first announced, because that's how a lot of people feel about it. Look, we all have disposable income up to a point. Okay, we would
$3.
not have exactly. We would not have. I would not have as many streaming services subscriptions as I have right now, which is far more than I should. Whenever I look at the list of them, I'd be like, I can't believe I'm giving all these people this
That's
money.
right.
And I go right back to still giving them that money, whether it's on an annual basis or a monthly basis. But so $2.99 really is not going to be no money that's going to stress nobody out. Lord knows you spend more on lunch if you at work these days or than that. But no, to pay you money so that my account can get jacked whenever the hell you feel like it. Because not because I said it, not because I insulted a real person, but because I said I wanted to slap a soap tramp upside her face or something like that. And y'all can't differentiate between but what's being said about fictional people and what's being said about real people.
And
nobody
it's because they use AI. So if they have like bots that do that, it's not actual people. Although Facebook has instituted a review tribunal, but you have to have something like you got a Facebook violation for saying something about migrant workers in some remote part of Thailand. Those are the kind of cases they take on. They don't care about you getting thrown in Facebook jail over a fictional character. They will tell you, you can submit your case, we'll review it, and then if we think it's worth it, then we'll have it removed. But 9 times out of 10 or 10 times out of 10, it's not worth it because they're only interested in correcting things that have anything to do with social justice and all of that stuff. I would pay for Twitter, no problem. I would pay for that shit right now, but ain't no games on Twitter. The only interaction I have on Twitter is talking to people, and that's great, but I talk to y'all on Spaces. I mean, on this, I don't even really need Twitter except for to let y'all
exactly. It's like I could talk to people for free in other places rather than pay y'all, considering how it goes. So the thing is, on paper, I don't know. We don't really know if this sale is going to go through at the end of the day. He's saying he wants all this information on bots and all of this other crap. And Twitter is saying, no, we're not negotiating, which of course to me sounds like an attempt to try to negotiate a lower price, lower than the $54 share price that he agreed to, because Twitter's not trading at anywhere near that now. But that was how he got them to agree, by offering them way more than what it was worth. Twitter's trading at like $36, $37 now. So if he's trying to get the price changed, good luck. They already have an agreement on the table, and that's the price that they're trying to stick to. But the thing is, buying something like Twitter is, I guess maybe it's cheaper than going and build your own social media platform, but getting it to turn you a profit is a completely different animal.
He ain't buying shit.
I don't believe so either.
He just said that to stir up the market, but he ain't buying shit because he doesn't have the money. Them Tesla people ain't happy with him right now. He ain't got the money to do it.
No.
The only reason he's even threatening to do it is because Trump told him to.
Oh yeah, that was the funny part. You find out that he was actually talked into pursuing this by a bunch of other idiots. Which I'm sorry, that's hilarious. I love it when people get talked into doing stupid stuff like this that's against their interest. And I'm like, dude, you are dumb, because when you first suggested all of this BS in April, your stock was trading at north of $800. Like at the end of April, Tesla was like trading for like was trading for, I want to say, like 900 plus. And by the time, but after everything that's going on in the market, as tough as the economy is now, you're trading at 669, and that's what you're using to finance this deal. You're using your Tesla stock to do
about
that.
this damn Tesla stock. Because I bought some Tesla stock once upon a time, thinking this would be an easy way to make money. Just get some Tesla stock. He seems to be, getting people to throw money into his business. That shit ain't did shit for me since I bought it, and I've been holding on to this stock for a couple of years now. As a matter of fact, my stock in AMC is doing better than my stock in Tesla.
Mine too. That's why I haven't sold it yet.
And I'm never selling AMC.
No, me neither. I I paid $5 for. I bought it when it was $5. So guess what? I'm a long way from suffering the loss, so it could sit there.
Oh, honey, when I got in on AMC, I think it was $2 or $3 a share. It was bargain basement prices. I did the factory reset on my phone, and I forgot what app I was using to keep up with my stocks. So I don't know how much money I have now, but I have Bitcoin. I don't have a lot of Bitcoin because my dumb ass waited until it blew up. My sister bought Bitcoin when it was still trading around maybe $500 or $600. I waited until it got into the several thousand. So I just have a fractional share, but that fractional share that I have is worth a couple of $100.
Yeah, Renee said that he done pulled out. So the deal is over with.
Yeah,
well, no, he's trying. He's trying to pull out. He's saying that he can't go through with the deal unless he gets more information from Twitter about the number of accounts that could potentially be bot or fake accounts. And Twitter is telling him under no uncertain circumstances, well, we can give you some information, but just so we're clear, the price does not change. You agreed to a $44 billion price tag, and that is the price this sale will happen at. So he has a choice. He can call for over the $44 billion, which he doesn't have, because here is the thing that people, especially the Elon Musk fanboys, do not understand.
He pulled out. He pulled out of the deal.
No, he hasn't. He's trying to. He's saying it's on hold because he wants more information. But he waived due diligence when he signed off on this agreement. He has two choices now. He can either pay the $44 billion or he can pay the $1 billion breakup fee to back out of the deal altogether. Right. But he's not getting out of this without paying something. And the problem, and the thing is that what the Elon Musk fanboys, who are really kind of weird, don't understand is that there is a difference between being liquid and not having liquid assets. Having he doesn't have $44 billion sitting in the bank account ready to be spent, cash money.
$1 billion. You know what? Even millionaires don't have all of their money sitting in the bank. People are rich on paper, but they cash poor. They can't go somewhere and just buy some. You a billionaire and you can't walk into Target and buy a damn bowl of toilet paper to wipe your ass. First of all, they don't even understand the value of things like toilet paper.
No.
Bless her heart, the queen thinks a banana costs $50. So you got people that don't know even what money is worth out here making money deals.
They are
exactly
disconnected from real life.
Right, and this is the thing. Elon Musk being worth 200 people, and they're thinking, well, he's worth over $200 billion, but it's not spendable cash, okay? It is not cash money. That's assets. That's the evaluation of his companies, SpaceX and the Boring Company and Tesla. These are not liquid assets that he can just go ahead and turn into cash. As far as I think, I want to say the last article I looked up, because I was like, does he even have the money to finance this? He has $11.3 billion in cash. That's how much cash he has. All the rest of that's all tied up in his companies and other assets. So as of right now,
that shit, he can't sell nothing to get money. He doesn't have it.
No, he doesn't. So now he's trying to figure out a way to fandangle his way out of the mess he got himself into, like a complete damn idiot.
He can't cash, literally.
Exactly. Because let me tell you something. I could tell you this much. If you got to pay your rent in a couple of weeks, and you go tell your landlord that, look, I'm worth like $5,000 right now, they're gonna laugh in your face and say, I don't give a damn what you worth. Where is the rent?
Right.
Where's the money? Where's cash?
Into a check, you drop some of that money and pay your rent.
Exactly. So we go see how this mess goes out. Oh, now one thing I did want to mention, since it looks like
good night, Sam.
Oh, good night, Sam.
Good night, Sam. Did we lose her on the thing?
I think we did. So I saw her she has a comment in the chat. So it looks like she's dropping out for the night.
Okay.
We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. So it looks like we may get lucky when it comes down to these congressional hearings for the most part, since we did not get knocked out. The next set, there's none tomorrow. So, but the next set is supposed to be on Wednesday. So hopefully they stick to this 2-hour format that they're working on, and they stay just doing it for 2 hours, because that should keep us pretty much in the clear until I want to say Thursday, maybe the only day I could say we would have a problem.
tomorrow? So what's
There's
happening
nothing
tomorrow?
On Bold, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. On Bold, well, one, Lee is I think the word in the spoiler is that Lee is terrified to find Sheila at her door. And let's be honest, we're all going to be terrified to find Sheila at our door. And Hope confronts Donna, who begs her to stay quiet about Eric. So I guess Eric, I'm guessing from that picture that Tara posted, that Eric probably leaves the room or something, and Hope goes in there to ask her auntie, "What the hell are you doing?" and see what she got to say for herself.
I would love to see her to be so super judgmental.
I think she will be a bit judgy, just because, first of all, this is a circumstance where I really don't think it's inappropriate to be judgy of someone, but doubly because she just got a fresh look at what the hell Quinn is contending with in her own home,
and she's going through the same issues with Liam.
Well, her and Liam are okay right now. And the thing is, Liam is guilty of a lot. Liam is guilty of a lot of bullshit. But this rightness that Eric is currently doing, which is him flat out screwing Donna while keeping his wife behind his back, keeping his wife in the dark, Liam hasn't quite graduated to that particular level of scum. He's close, but not quite. No, Liam has never sat up here and had an ongoing affair with one woman behind the other woman's back, screwing them and then going home and sleep in bed with the other one. That's what Eric is doing right now. Yeah, Liam's shit. Liam is a shitheel, but he hasn't become that type of a shitheel yet. This is Eric purposely sitting up here manipulating his wife, making excuses to go screw Donna and run back and forth between them, like he gets to have two women in his stable.
I think I can remember very vaguely. He wasn't sleeping with Ivy, but I can remember him doing the very same thing. He went to Ivy, married Ivy, and did all of this. Well, no, this is just before he married Ivy, and he was teetering about going back and forth with Steffi. So when Steffi said she was moving on with Wyatt, he tells her, "Okay, I'm gonna have to think of something," because he had just told Ivy that he was all for her.
Well, yeah. Well, the whole mess with Ivy was that was partially Quinn's encouragement, because Ivy, they, instead of letting her immigration problems work out like they should have, which it turned out Ivy did have dual citizenship, so she didn't need to marry anybody. But the tactile difference is that nobody was married to anybody when that mess was going on. What Eric is doing is he doesn't have to be married to Quinn. He doesn't have to be nobody's husband right now. Yeah, but he's choosing to keep Quinn trapped in this marriage while he does this bullshit. This is beyond just being a waffle. Okay, you can be a waffle if you're single and you want to be a waffle. I don't think it's cool. I frown on it because I think it's trifling. But at least you're not a cheating piece of shit husband. Eric is a cheating piece of shit husband who is happy to cheat and keep cheating. He has no intention on stopping. That's the rub right there with Eric. Is he will do this probably for the rest of his pathetic life if he could get away with it.
Yes, because this is what he likes to do. This is what gets his thing to rise.
Exactly. So he's happy juggling these two women, having Donna in the hotel, in the athletic club, and having Quinn at home waiting patiently, like for whatever crumbs, like Bubble said, that he wants to throw her way. No. You don't get to do that. That's not the reasonable thing to do. If Eric, and here's the thing, if Eric had said that his marriage to Quinn wasn't working out and he wanted a divorce, he could have did that, and nobody would have said nothing about it. You can't get past the infidelity. Exactly, but he's not doing that. He's literally
he's doing the petty shit. He's doing a disrespectful way, and it's very targeting, and I can't deal with it.
Right. So I really am curious to see Donna explain herself to her precious niece about about what she's doing and about and her justification for it and how she thinks she's going to convince Hope not to say anything to anybody.
She's going to destiny it away. She's going to destiny the explanation away.
But listen, then they just get off the couch with Hope asking, well, Aunt Donna, who's the man in your life? And Aunt Donna looked Hope in the face with the straight face, looked in the eyes and said, girl, you know, I'm working on me and I don't really need no man to fulfill me right now. I'm good. Girl, let's talk about you and Liam. How y'all doing out here in the little cabin in the woods? And deflected. And now Hope is catching you in a lie. You know, Logans ain't supposed to lie to each other.
And that's what's going to make it all the worse, is that Hope is aware. She just talked to her auntie about her personal life, and her auntie act like she ain't had one. Then on top of that, she just came from Eric's house and saw how he doing his wife. Oh, Donna's going to have a hell of a time spinning this to try to not make herself look like the bad guy, because her and Eric are the bad guys in this.
Of course they are, with his raggedy ass. And I love John McCook, but if I saw Eric Forrester walking down the street, I'd trip his ass. I'd trip his ass and hope he fell face first in some horse shit.
That is elderly abuse, Bubbles.
No, what abuse? Abuse is having to watch him slobber over Donna all the damn time. You got a wife at the house, sir. Why is you out here with middle-aged Barbie?
Okay, don't be acting like what's her name? What was her name? Peaches. Miss Peaches.
Peaches roll down dirty shame.
Don't be sitting out there going out here and throw stars in the street. She bossed up the damn eye with his character in the story. We can't have the Bubbles. We can't have nothing like that. All we gonna need is that. Oh, a fan took a swing at somebody.
Y'all know I went and looked that scene up last week because y'all brought it up, and I laughed my ass off for her going off on Dunn. The next time I see him, because he was on Casey's live, he always comes into Casey's IGs when he has time. And we saw his Circus of the Stars performance when he was riding horseback. And then his commercial for deodorant, which he still knows the lines for. The next time he's on, I'm going to ask him about this. And I lost my train of thought, but I'm going to ask him about this.
Speaking of which, since you brought him up, I am very much looking forward to that episode of YNR that's celebrating 30 years on the show for Beth Maitland. For both of them, for Beth Maitland and for
years. They're more than 30.
Is it 40? Is it 30 or 40?
Yeah, it was 40. It's 40.
Yeah, because when Tracy tried to commit suicide, honey, I was cool back then.
I'm looking forward to that.
30 is 30 for Elaine, I believe.
I think so. I knew it was two sets. I knew it was for both of them because I want to say that. Yeah, I think you have that about right. I'm looking forward to that because, well, you know, Brad Carlton figured pretty heavily into both their stories once upon a time.
Yeah, I've posted.
So I love good flashback episodes on Young Wrestlers.
That's what I was saying when I posted on my page. It gave me all in my feelings. I was like, oh, I remember them.
That's longevity. It's hard to come by in the soap world these days.
It sure is. Well, it's 9:03, ladies. Are we going in overtime?
The music cue did just pop up, so I think that's our cue to skedaddle on for the evening.
We're gonna come drag Eric tomorrow because we know his raggedy ass is gonna do something else. And I don't want to miss talking about Esme on GH tomorrow either, because my girl is out here living the life, becoming the queen. I know I'm the only Esme fan. I don't care. for
I'm not a fan, but I like that she makes shit happen.
I love Esme. Love her. She said, I'm going for the crown, bitches. I ain't gotta be like this. She going for all of it. I ain't mad at her.
Hey, shoot. Smoke if you got them and get it if you can get it.
And I think that Ryan is going to have a rude awakening because he is depending on Esme to help him get out of this situation. And I think she's just going to use him to get what she wants and try to leave him locked up in there. But, we can talk about that later because it'll probably be later before we even see it.
Exactly. And on that note, I wish y'all a good night and a good evening. And I'll see y'all back here tomorrow night.
Good night, Yardigans.
Good night, y'all. And good night to everybody in the comments and on Facebook.
Yeah. You mean
On
Facebook.
On
YouTube.
YouTube.
Good God.
Good night. The Facebook don't want me posting.
Yes. You really are in them black books.
What?
I said they're not ready for all this smoke.
Yeah, they're not ready. That's why they keep me on watch. I stay in jail on Facebook.
You on a Facebook watch list. Yes, indeed, ma'am. I done heard everything.
I will see y'all tomorrow.
All right, y'all have a good one.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.